We've been covering it all morning. Governor Rick Perry indicted. The governor says the 2 felony counts of abuse of power are, quote, outrageous, and he's not apologizing for his 2013 veto, which cut funding to the Travis County District Attorney's Office. And that's what led to the investigation. Democrats believe Perry is trying to shift the blame, but the governor says he's confident he will prevail. Governor Perry is expected to be formally arraigned in an Austin court as early as this week. This is our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on Facebook and Twitter. Joining us live in the newsroom is our legal analyst, Chris Tritico, our news analyst, Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst, Jackie Valley. All right, so what do you guys think about this charge? They're serious charges, but are they weak charges?
Well, first, let's talk about the indictment. Governor Perry has the absolute constitutional authority to veto measures like he did in this instance. That's not why he got indicted. And I know the governor keeps saying, I won't apologize for my veto. He doesn't have to apologize for his veto. The issue here is the threat he made before the veto. Had he just vetoed this bill, this funding, he wouldn't be indicted today. It's when he threatened the DA of Travis County, resign or I will veto, that's what got him indicted. The first count, I'm sorry, I put my glasses on. The abuse of official capacity, the first count, which is a first-degree felony, that's the weaker of the two. The coercion of a public servant, which goes straight at the heart of the issue here, the threat to Rosemary, what's her last name? Limburg. That's what got him indicted, and I think that is the strongest of the two counts, Mustafa. If Rick Perry's defense team is successful in tying this to the veto, he wins.
I think that this is a far more significant case than Governor Perry and his team are making it out to be. And I think some of the analysts are looking at the political side of this, not like the legal side as you're looking at. This is going to be tried in front of a Travis County jury. This prosecutor has some real chops. He's a strong prosecutor. And if you think about the allegation that's being made, if Governor Perry would have appointed the successor of her, that person might not have investigated him. And she was in active investigation of the governor's office, and I think that he's in significant trouble.
Earlier, Mustafa said that there's arrogance in politics, and this is a true example of arrogance in politics. And this woman is drunk with power, pun intended.
Well, she didn't have anything to do with this indictment.
And her arrogance in all of her actions in the past. I think the governor had every right to do what he did with his veto. He was doing his job. I think he will win this. I think his attorneys will tie this to his veto, because that's why they are coming after him politically.
Did he have the right to make the threat?
He had a right to do his veto. He had the right to do his job. He can say what he wants to say. The governor can say exactly what he wants to say, and he did his job by vetoing that item, that issue, and that's why they're coming after him.
All right, I want to go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
All right, we want to get to what some of our viewers are saying about this. Mackie says this is a trumped-up political charge. Governor Perry does a great job for Texas and the U.S. And then this guy at Pollbuster says, sorry, but abuse of power is abuse of power, and Perry abused his power by tying her resignation to the agency's funding.
And that's really what, like I was saying earlier, that's really what this whole case is about, is the threat, not the veto.
Right, and the purpose of her agency, the purpose of the funding, was to investigate statewide corruption, right? That's her job. Her job is to do that. So when Governor Perry says, and she's an active investigation of the governor. So when the governor says, resign or I'll cut off your funding so you can't investigate me, without using those words, that's in essence what he did. It is a pretty significant statement.
And when the governor said that one of the reasons why he wanted her to resign is because he felt that the public lost faith in her because of her arrest when she was arrested for DUI, among other things, he's absolutely correct. And he had that right to say that.
But yes, he had the right to say it, but you've got to suffer the consequences if you're threatening someone in a public office and coercing them.
He's not threatening. He didn't threaten. He said, look, your integrity unit, it has no integrity, and he pulled funding. That's not a threat.
And I think the part that gets left out is, if she had resigned, the governor will get to appoint her successor. So now again, this officer is investigating the governor. He threatens her with her funding, said that I want you to resign, and then I get to pick your successor, even if it's someone in your office.
But all those things are within the purview of his role as governor.
We're going to have to leave it right there.